Hi guys, and welcome back again to the second part of the video. This is obviously just shot 2 seconds after I just closed off that intro to the first video, so hopefully you enjoyed that one. But for this one, we're just gonna we saw the shelves full of builders in there, and some people might be interested in that kind of stuff as well as looking at box art and stuff. So there's a few nice rare bits in there and what have you, and you know it's kind of how I set the channel up to do restorations, just because in the UK, they're hard to find over here, and so you do buy a lot of builders, and rather than mint kits and what have you. So yeah, it'll be another nice little interesting one for you. Hopefully you enjoy this one, and we'll get straight to it from now. Right, see you in a second. Right, guys, well, we're just going to pick up pretty much where we left off the other day. First of all, apologies how long that other video was. It wasn't until I'd kind of edited all the clips together that I realised how much time I actually spent. So, I mean, I'm not guaranteeing this is going to be a short video, to be quite honest. I mean, I could just like whiz past everything and not take a good look at anything, but I think there's some nice old rare stuff in there which people might want to see. So just in advance, maybe watch a bit of the video at a time, but you will be missing some good stuff if you miss any of it. So, or if you don't watch the full video. But yeah, if it's a long one, apologies, but yeah, just keep going back to it and you'll see something new every time you go back to it. So, but yeah, I mean, we've got probably, I mean, these bookshelves are 5 shelves deep, 5 shelves, well, 5 shelves deep, yes, and they hold 45 builders. As you can see, I put everything in bags. My process is once I buy something, I'll take at least 12 pictures of it, and then it just goes, gets bagged up and waits to be restored, or whatever the fate of the kit is like. But so yeah, we've probably got, I'd say, a minimum of 800 kits down here, and that's probably why I don't have as much box stuff anymore, because if I've got a rare kit or something and I'm a bit hard up and I've got a builder, then it's always going to be the builder which is going to stay out. I'd rather suffer the pain of restoring an old kit, and if I was hard up ever, that's when old kits are gone in past. I mean, I try not to do that now. I think I've sold enough old stuff now in my past to try and keep hold of what I've got left and find new pieces and what have you. But yeah, I mean, I think we'll just go around it. I mean, I think we'll go top to bottom on each shelf, because I think all the nicer stuff is on the top shelves where I can see them more and enjoy them more. But and yeah, we'll work down. So if we get some more mundane stuff further at the bottom, then we'll start again at the top on probably some more interesting stuff. So it isn't all going to be the old stuff at first. Everything will be mixed in. But anyway, we're already 2 minutes in and I've still not shown the models. And I aren't going to pull them all out. There's just too many. It'll be a nightmare to stack everything up again. I mean, it's the safest way I've found of storing these kits now. I've tried so many different storage solutions, but this one is the one which works the best now, and probably the permanent way they're going to be stored. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll just start at the top shelf. We'll have a quick look at these. I mean, I'll just give you a very quick rundown of what they are, and I'll probably have to skip a few just because there's so many. But yeah, I mean, we've mainly got Joann's stuff on this top shelf. So 66. And apologies, you are just going to see the fronts of them. Of course, I'll look at stuff in more detail in the future, but yeah, I think we got like a original Joanne 66 66 coupe de ville, or coupe or the DeVille convertible, and I think underneath that's a 67. Then we've got another 65 Joanne Cadillac, and underneath, I think that's an original 67 Cadillac Eldorado. The tooling ran from 67 to 70 on that particular one, and yeah, really nice kit, and I wouldn't mind. Like I say, it should have caused me a nightmare, but yeah, I wouldn't mind building that 67. That turned into the 70. That was the last year of that tool, and that's why we've still got it and what have you. But then we just got a 64 Cadillac. I think that's the earliest 63 convertible, but the frames all busted out. So, and then I think closer to the top we've got a couple of 71, 72 Cadillacs. These kit versions, and one of these is destined to be built as the white one out of the original Gone in 6 Seconds movie, which got set fire to. So that was my original interest in the 71, 72s, and yeah, I got a couple of the kit forms of them, and I think that's the promo version I bought the other month. And underneath here we've got a lot of 74, 73 to 74s. Well, I've got a blue, red, and 2 of the gold 73, 74s, and I think at the bottom, this is where I thought they got absolutely pig ugly. Kind of front end on that would just remind me of a council block building, you know, with them horrible sort of rectangular windows they shoved in them things. But yeah, not a pretty car at all by 75, 76 in my humble opinion. But yeah, we've got a couple of the 60 station wagons. In all fairness, they're really nice built kits, and they shouldn't really be stacked up. But I'm literally out of space, and I don't have any display cabinets around anything. Yeah, I am still looking at them wall cabinets, but yeah, we'll probably find something to display some of these nicer ones. But yeah, this is a 60 coupe. Pretty rare kit, to be quite honest with you. Bought it from Germany with a load of other, like, maybe, I think there was between 40 and 60 vintage kits, and thought I got myself a good deal before the seller just decided he literally threw everything in a box. No bags, no nothing, and they were fruit boxes, so there was big holes all around the boxes, and half the parts which broke off and got smashed ended up probably in the ocean somewhere, and yeah, that part wasn't left in the box. But yeah, I mean, that's a story for another day, so I'll just end up going on a right tantrum about that. But just one of the 68 Plymouth Fury police cars, and 68 Fury, 68 Chrysler 300, and that's a 68 Imperial hardtop with the front and rear custom end parts on. And I think we just got a few 63 Starfires there, and again, that's another really nice built kit that shouldn't be there. But like I say, there's a few of them like that in there. Like that's a really nice built 63. The 62 Chrysler. We've got a few of them Joanne ones, and I think the ones above it, these are the Revel convertibles, 62 Chrysler. I think that's a 63 Chrysler Chrysler 300 convertible. I think I'm just missing front bumper on there. That's really what stalled that project, to be quite honest. Plus the fact I have hundreds more to get to it before it. But yeah, we got a couple of the Ramblers. I think that one's an earlier 66, whereas that's the 69, which we saw reissued in the late 70s, early 80s, and a couple of 63 Plymouth Furies just ready for restoration, and a couple of the 64 Furies, or Belvedere, sorry. I think that's one of the early ones with the stock bits on it, and I think that's just a Lindbergh kit at the bottom there. But yeah, we've got a few of the Joanne Plymouth Furies. I think the ones towards the bottom, I think these three are hardtops. That's actually the Rebel one. And like I say, that I mentioned it in my last video, but it had a bit of a weird front end. I thought on that the headlamps look really squinty, and compared to the Joanne one, yeah, you can see that that's just a much prettier kit. I think we got I think them two are convertibles. One like it's pretty much identical. That's going to Gary. Not this particular one. I think this has got a different colour interior, but it was, yeah, I think this has got a black interior. I think the one Gary's getting is the blue interior. But and then a Joanne Chrysler the turbine. I don't know why, but that's what I meant about these. I've mentioned it in my last video. You know, them wheels, they just stick out too much, and this isn't the only build up I've had before, and you know, and they all seem to have that problem. So yeah, if I was to ever go to the pain of building one of these, you know, it'd have to have that front suspension worked so that them wheels could get tucked in more. And yeah, I think that's one of the Marlin 66 Marlin, and got some early Joanne. I think that's the 62 dart hardtop with some really quirky custom work on that, and you know, with the roof and what have you. But it's yeah, I really fancy doing that one again one day, restoring that kind of in the same sort of flavour as the original builder did. And then we've got I think all these three are dodged out convertibles, but they will just move down a little bit. And yeah, this is going to be a long video. If it gets so long, what I might do is I might just cut it into 2 videos, because you know, I do want to show this stuff, and it's only going to be showed once, so we may as well milk it for what it is like. But yeah, I think we got I think that's a original 59 Pontiac convertible. Really nice clean build that, you know. When they're like that, it does pain me a little bit to restore them, because they aren't too bad as they are, but they do need restoring. Chrome's all buggered on them and what have you. But a couple of the 60 Adventurers, Joanne Adventurers, and we've got a couple of the 59 Dodge Royals. Saw when there was that big Mopar auction sale which Steve Magnati covered. It's a really nice police car on there, and so one of them's destined to be a 2-door police car. So, and then we got, I mean, it's a shame we can't pull all of these out, but we just don't have time, and like I say, it'll be just a avalanche of disaster, so. But yeah, I think we got, is that 59 holes or 60 holes? Maybe 59 holes for Bill. 88, that's the hard tops. Yeah, I think pulling that bottom one out is just not gonna work out for us. But got a few of the 59 Lincolns, AMT 59 Lincolns. I think those two are the convertibles, and one of them's the hard top, and some more of the 59 Invictas. Funnily enough, when I bought that coupe, I thought I only had convertibles left, and I had 2 convertibles and no coupes, and it turned out that I think that bottom one's a coupe as well. Hardtop. Yeah, it's the hardtop, that one's. Ended up with two hardtops I didn't know I had. So, that's the other Edsel we got, and 59 Edsel, and then we got 62 AMT Lincoln, and I think that's a 64 AMT Lincoln hardtop, and that's a 66 Lincoln hardtop, and is that 69 maybe, 68, 69 I think for that one. And yeah, God knows what's at the bottom now. I think that's just that one at scrap 65 Lincoln bodies we cut up, and then the old cruising USA Barris 65 Grand Prix. I think a lot of these are Pontiacs, like so we got a few of the quite a few of the AMC 65 Bonnevilles. There's a couple there, and that's these two are the Hasegawa 66s, and yeah, that's Bonneville, and that's the original MPC 66 Bonneville, which that Hasegawa kit's going to probably give up its front bumper because that's the only thing that's missing from that. And a nice old 64 Grand Prix promo. This was another one out of that that lot I bought from Germany. I think the only thing which got damaged on that was there was a chip of plastic out of the fender, which I managed to save. I luckily found that in the bottom of the box, but yeah, they suffered damage which they shouldn't have done. Yeah, this was another one, but the reason why I didn't kick off is, one thing again, I left it too late, and I wasn't in a very good frame of mind with how I was at work at the time. And you know, I did email him saying that all this stuff got damaged, and he sent such an ass. I mean, I sent a really polite email, and just to let him know that, you know, you can't just ship stuff overseas and put nothing in it except from, he even threw an old like sunbed duvet thing just to fill the big void in this fruit box. It was ridiculous, but which probably just helped crush everything. But I think this was like the reason I didn't carry it on is because there were bags of other stuff which, I mean, it was all pretty much junk like this, but there was a few things which I didn't see in the listings. I suffered the breaks for the extra stuff which was in there, and I just couldn't be bothered doing anything more about it. But yeah, that's the they just need all the windshield frames in there, and it's the original convertible opposed to the hardtop, which we keep seeing reissued. I think that's the 62 Buick, and got a Mr. Unswitchable MPC GTO funny car. It's all complete except from that quirky. They had like a really quirky inner clamshell, or the inner tins where it looked like half open can of corned beef, and that's missing. And it's just finding decals for something like decals for something like that, you know, to finish that build, because that's quite a rare kit, like. And yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that one day and making it look decent, and nice old build up of that. The Pontiac Club de Mare really, again, shouldn't really be on there. That's a bit too nice for this kind of stack. But yeah, we just got like a load of the 65 Pontiac GTOs in various forms, a couple of the 67 GTOs, a couple of 72 GTOs. I think that's a 70. We just got a Firebird and a couple of the Monkey Mobiles, and that was the Tempest I wanna do one day, which I'm gonna have to rob the hood out of that one of them Polar Lights kits, because somebody's sanded the hood flat, and I probably want to build it stock. So I'd rather use this hood on one of the others, which I can potentially make into a custom. But yeah, I don't even know half of this stuff. This is an old scrap resin body for a 61, and I thought I could probably, even though it's warped quite badly in places, you know, I can use that one of the roof pillars to repair that 60, and then we've got a nice, I think it's warped towards the front end, and front end's really squinty, and to be honest, it looks like it's just been cast from an old promo, a warped promo, and they didn't try and correct, they just cast a warped promo. But yeah, we've got a nice rear end on that, which we can graft onto something else to make a nice custom, so that won't be wasted. And yeah, then we've got a original Revel 62 Imperial. That's a really nice clean builder. again, something like that, you know, I wouldn't be pressed to restore. And this one was such a quirky thing, you know. I saw this was listed with two other Thunderbirds on. It was a 62 or 63 Thunderbird and a 60 Thunderbird with the rear end bobbed on it. And man, you can't get any uglier than that. That looks like a 1960s Homermobile. But something just inspired me on this, and I think it was like the jet engines on the back or something. And I thought one day my plan always was with that is to make like a Jetsons car out of it, with a big bubble top, fill in all the fenders and make like a flying car. And then I saw Tim Custom is doing that boomerang at the moment. Yeah, making a really good job on that, and he has such good videos as Tim. Really captures you in the video. I remember when I must have watched him cut a globe in half for 8 minutes, just because I wanted to see what was inside it. And you know, you wouldn't really get that anywhere else, but the way he does it, yeah, he does some really great videos as Tim, and yeah, absolutely phenomenal builder, as you probably already know. But yeah, I don't even know if we missed out a couple. I think that's an original 64 Mercury convertible. I think that's a convertible that's been made from a hard top, and the 70 Wildcat, which Round 2 has just bought out again. I think that's the original Motor City Stockers series. And we got we're 20 minutes, and we're 3 shelves down. God, yeah, I think we're gonna have to split this into 2 videos, but yeah, this is a nice one. Like, this is a resin 4-door 67 Ford, and always wanted to do that, like the Sunshine cab, because there are all 67 Ford Galaxies in that, or Ford 500s, whatever, custom 500s, whatever the model was. And but it's just getting somebody to do them Sunshine cab decals, and my brother sent me some really good links and what have you. But yeah, that's destined for a definite channel build one day. Hood's a bit warped, but I actually have an original plastic hood for one of them, and original 68 Galaxy fastback. You know, I've got that one with broken pillars in box, where I'm sending box away to Gary, but that's quite a nice, really nice build was that. I'm surprised that was, I remember that going on eBay, and I wait till last minute, you know, on last day, or depends if I'm about, or I can place an automatic bid through one of them sites, like. But you know, I put a bid on that, I was the first person to put a bid on it, and it sold for 22 quid. I was really surprised at that, to be quite fair, because my minimum bid was a lot higher for that particular one. But yeah, I think we just got a lot of Galaxies. You can't really see on these because front ends are hanging off, but I think that's an original 65 hardtop. The window pill at the screen needs a repair already, but I think that was a convertible I started to make out of a hardtop, and then we got a custom I started doing, and that was the original Street Machine magazine projects I started. But you know, we'll get back on that as soon as we're fighting fit again, like. But yeah, we just got some, I think they're all 65s and they're 66s, and got a lot of 64 promos. Yeah, I think they're all 64 promos in different shapes and sizes. Just a load of Galaxies. I mean, we can start shifting through a bit of this stuff which is more run of the mill, but that was the Thunderbird, which came with that yellow Imperial with the bobbed rear end. I think that would make quite a nice custom if you do it right. 62 Ford convertible, that's quite a nice one. That came with a lot with the 60 Plymouth, and managed to repair the frame on. You can just see the split up there where it cracked the frame. But and I think that's a 67 Thunderbird, and these are all mixtures of between 64 and 65s. hardtops and convertibles. I think you got 264s there and 265s up there, and yeah, we just had a look at that Thunderbird, and that's the original Al's, the one with the big turbine engine, not turbine, the Allison engine, sorry. Yeah, just a bit of run-of-mill 66 and a few 61s to 63s. That was the other one which came with that yellow Imperials, and I think they were like 32 quid shipped from the States to me door, and that's because they were on for months, and I think the seller just put a buy it now of like, you know, it's less than 10 quid. The shipping was twice as much, and so yeah, about 35 quid to 30 quid to the door for them. So not too bad, like, and a couple of 69 Cougars and a couple of these the bodies which I've seen from the old Cyclone stock car kits, and there's a chassis under there and an interior under there from an original MPC, a stock one. I need to get in touch with Luca again. We had a couple of chats a couple of months ago, and I think he was after one of them, so I really need to, you know, get back in touch. I've just been really busy and pretty stressed out, I'm afraid, over Luca, but last couple of months, but we'll get that sorted for you. I've got another couple of ideas as well of bits I can send you to help with some of them bits you need, but yeah, that's just the Revel Torino and AMT Torino. We've got a couple of the Joanne 71 Torinos or 72 Torinos, whatever they were, the snap kits, and gonna do that like a movie. That I can't remember the movie, but it was a red car. There's a car chase, and yeah, one of them, yeah, it got smashed up, and I just can't remember the name of that film now. But I was gonna do one as the undamaged version and one as the damaged version, so that's what I kept them two for. A couple of 62 Comets and or 61 Comets. There's a 62 up there, and that's an original 67 or 66, I think it is. Yeah, 66. That's the original 60 Edsel, but it was fire damaged. But the bumpers on it and the wheels are absolutely beautiful. So, and again, you know, we could probably, it's really in really bad shape, that, but you know, there's still panels on it which we can use if we want to do a nice custom, and always kept that just because the bumpers are in and the wheels are in such nice shape, like. But yeah, I think that's a 63 Fairlane and another body for the Torino, and they're one of them really nice masterpiece 64s. But you know, that was it actually in that German lot as well, and you know, that arrived here relatively unscathed out of all of them. But yeah, we got that's an original Hubley 61 Ford 4-door hardtop. Right underneath it, the Hubley 60 Ford hardtop 4-door. So, but they're 1/24 scale. I think that's kind of what puts me off doing them straight away, like. But yeah, I just got a few Mustangs. That's a really nice old build of the IMC Mustang. I don't think I could ever bring myself to restore that. It's I think it's brush painted, but it's quite nice, like. So but yeah, I mean, this is all just run-of-the-mill kind of. You got 64 Mustangs, and I don't know if this is that one I was talking to Adam about. So Adam's looking for, I mentioned it in the last video, but Adam's looking for a Cougar roof to do the coupe version of one of these, and I don't know if this is a resin body or it's just somebody else's conversion, but I kept it aside, and I think Adam wants to do something similar to that, and I've never had it apart. It doesn't. So I couldn't tell you whether it's resin or just somebody else's conversion, but it's quite a nice job on it, whether it's conversion or not. Like so, but yeah, but yeah, that's quite a nice one, and I think that's an original '66 Mustang. Like what's just been repot, but that's the original. And Sean's building is exactly. I can't believe how uncanny it is that he's building that, because the way I was going to do this one is exactly how he's building his little one. And that's one of the Joanne Mustangs with a nice flat hood I was talking about, which you can cut out and cast if you so wish. But yeah, just like run at mill kind of Torinos, Revel Torinos. And this is, by the way, I've just decided now we're at 30 minutes. This is definitely going to turn into 2 videos. I'll cut off around an hour, and then we'll do the other ones. But so yeah, you're gonna have to just I'll have to comb my hair again and do another intro or something. But yeah, we've just got a few Revel stuff, and it's not. That's one of the altered wheel. I think that was the one I was saving to do for the drag car for the old tool. A few of the 66 to 68 Falcons in there. I think one of them's the stock car, and I think the other two are stock cars and one's an original. But yeah, we just got pretty much run at mill stuff, Thunderbirds, Studebakers. I mean, the ones I do keep, generally quite older. I think that's an original built-up Studebaker, and Avanti and other ones, and the old 54 Chevy by Revel. And yeah, we just got numerous 57 Fords. I think they're really nice built ones, them, and I've just run out of shelf space and they won't fit in the smaller boxes I've been storing them nice built ones in. But a couple of the old Plymouths, like 90s release, 58 Plymouth and the 57 Chrysler, and got a couple of Joanne promos. One of them's been quite nicely foiled, and that's the taxi version. I think that's an original SMP 59 Impala convertible. And Mercury there, another SMP AMC late 50s, sorry, Mercury. And these are both AMT promos. I think I've got the coupe. That's slightly starting to warp, and I've got this really nice station wagon there. You don't see many of them, and it's not warped. I almost thought it was, because the back of the rocker panels appear to go in, but I think that's how they were. And yeah, it's not warped anyway. I think the only problem with this is it's got that little bit of damage on the underneath the rear window, but yeah, that'll make a nice little kit, and one day detail that up a little bit, just use the AMT chassis. And here we got the Country Squires, couple of Country Squires. We showed them in that other video. That did really well, that video, to be quite honest, that 57 Ford video, out of all of them. And I got an old warped convertible 57 Ford, which I've mainly kept because it's still got a good hood on, and I've got a couple of AMT kits without a hood, and the windshield frame's really nice, so I can make a proper convertible out of one of the AMT ones. And I think that's an old promo 59 Ford hardtop, and that's just a really warped smiley face 58 Cadillac, mainly just body and the chassis on that. It's missing both at bumpers, and I think it's got the interior in there. But on the bottom shelf, it's on this one, there's, I think these are like bag kits and half started kits, or it's that's one I really want to do on channel. But probably end up just using the body. I think I wouldn't even use the original frame on that, and just see what we can make out of that. But that's quite a nice little one, is that? And yeah, I got the, it's just all stuff like this. It's like, that's the original Eldon Invader, you know. And I do try and like bag up all, even when they're just thrown in bags like that, I do try and do it so they're nice. And I think that's an original, one of the original Airfix Ford Mustangs. And oh, this was the best one out of it. This was by far the best one out of that German lot I bought. This is as you can see, a nice 64. It was a 64 convertible, and this is how that ended up. After that rough journey overseas, absolutely annihilated. I mean, the plastic is brittle as hell on these. I mean, it's, you know, I could snap it off pretty much right now, but yeah, there was nothing left on that. And but it's still got a few nice bits on it, so we'll keep it. And yeah, I can't really, without pulling some of this stuff out, then, you know, that's a nice stock car body. This one I bought off Lee. I just bought the body off Lee, and I think it was a body and chassis, and then I found this full kit which has been messed around with mint parts. Just kept them two together. Because that's quite a nice restoration lot. We'll get a couple of nice ones out of that. So, but yeah, there were years apart purchases. The funny car, the one which somebody started making into a funny car, yeah, it was more of a recent purchase. But we got a couple of bagged old original AMT a la cartes, and yeah, I don't really want to get into pulling all this stuff out, but yeah, we got another Chrysler turbine there, and yeah, just bits and pieces. I think that's the original Rebels Drag Sportsman pristine kit, and a few more than monogram boards, and I think that's an original 68 Barracuda. And yeah, I get people's frustrations where, you know, where you go to, like, people like me, where you went to an old breaker's yard when you're a kid, and you can't really see out and through the gaps in the fences, and it's probably a bit the same with this stuff here, like, you know, because on shelves like this there is so much, and it's all bagged. I mean, that's a Rebel Dragster. I built a really nice one of them, and I don't know why I sold it, but I sold it. Don't really sell a lot of my own built kits, but a few went when I was having a big cull years back, and a bit similar situation like I've done recently, where I bought a collection of really nice built kits, and you know, I sometimes throw a couple of my own in with them just to get rid of them, like the hot rods and stuff, because they just get damaged. The hot rods, so that's why I don't have too many of them. But yeah, what are we at? 37. So I think what we'll do is we'll do one more row of shelves. This row of shelves down here, and then I'll cut the video, comb my hair, do another intro, and we'll put another video out Sunday evening or something like that. So that's not a bad idea, I don't think. And then we can still spend a bit of time on these, and you know, we aren't feeling too rushed, and I don't really fancy doing yeah, I mean, I'm going to probably just carry on filming, but I've got so much to do today. It's just yeah, when the sun's just starting to break through, so about 7:30 in the morning or something, and I've got so much packing, got loads of orders to get out, and I'm hoping to get them out a day early today. So yeah, that's going to be my whole morning and pretty much into the afternoon. But yeah, we'd stop gassing about that. And yeah, we've got an original 65 MPC Monaco. original 66 Skylark, pretty rare kit. I think they were in released one of them as the Havana Banana or something like that, and 64 Riviera. I think that's a 63. That's a 64. It's a quite a nice old build-up of a 65. I remember putting that on eBay years ago for a tenner. Nobody bid on it. I'm really glad, because that would have been too cheap for that kit, I think, because it's a really nice one. Another 65 Riviera. That nice 65 Riviera I was gifted. Another 65 Riviera. For some reason, Rivieras, if I'm buying two, one of them's going to have a missing hood. You know, I don't know where they go, these Riviera hoods, but yeah, I bought so many and they've all got loads of them got missing hoods, and I think we got 2, 3 without missing hoods, but I think that's an original 64, and I think that's a 66 promo of the Buick Riviera, an old Joanne promo for an old Tornado, and yeah, I wouldn't mind doing these one day. These are both 72 72 Road Runners. Really rare kit, to be quite honest. Or the 72s were just rare. Always seemed the hardest year to get. I actually had 3, and I had one with the bumpers. And again, yeah, it was time to pay a bill, and I knew that one would do pretty well. So so I sold that one, but now I desperately need some bumpers to get them finished off, because obviously we wouldn't be using Superbird. Superbird, what was it, front end, with that location of the Roadrunner script there, that possibly might get turned into a 71, because on that I want to build one like the Gone in 6 Seconds car, which got its quarter panel annihilated, and I think the Roadrunner trim was around the door on that one, so it could get away with using 71 bumpers on that, but I would like to get a 72 built out of them, and a couple of Joanne, 3 Joanne 70 olds. Go and check out Sean's channel, the Model Car Guy channel. He's just done a beautiful one for the Street Machine build off, which is going on, which I've unfortunately stalled on for now, but a couple of MPC 69 Oldsmobile builds, and a couple of AMC Roadrunners, and I think that's an original Joanne 69 Roadrunner, and that's just the resin body. I think I've shown that on here before, of the 68 Satellite. Another one I think I've shown briefly before, the 72 Charger, another quite a rare one, and numerous 67 Chargers. That's an original 67 Charger, is that one with the nice stock hubcaps on it. So I wouldn't mind doing that one day, and I think I've got a couple of I think those 2 are the Revel versions, later Revel versions, and 68 Revel Dodge, and yeah, just Dodge Chargers really there, to be quite honest with you. Nothing really too interesting. Another one of the original Airfix 67 Chargers, and 65 Coronet with wheels all hacked out, wheel arches all hacked out, but it's a repairable kit, or we just tidy up how badly they did them rear arches and make a nice kit out of it. But I won't be going too far, and yeah, got a couple of Barracudas, and that's an original 65 promo. I mean, that's what I mean when you walk. You can barely see stuff, and when you start pulling it out, you just realise what stuff you got like. So, luckily, I don't seem to really suffer from avalanches or anything like that. You know, they all pretty much stay where they should do, and I think that's just another 74 Roadrunner I've got for a set aside for a conversion one day if I ever actually do any of them. But just sort of run at mill kind of stuff here, you know, all the Dodge Monacos. That's got a nice Fury front end for that one, so got an idea for that, to be quite honest with you. And yeah, just got a, I think this is mainly going into sort of Chevrolet stuff and a bit of, I think the next two mixed Chevrolet and other bits and pieces, but I think I started stacking from this side. I do try and keep them kind of in like the Mopars together and the Chevys together, but yeah, I nearly pretty much looked past all this stuff. But you know, we got, yeah, it's the original 72 Challenger, MPC 72 Challenger. Well, in June when yeah, Blue Ox Model Shop, he had a really nice blue one on his calendar, and I kind of think that's the way I'm going to go with that after looking at his calendar for a month, for watching his videos. And nice a nice Hornet, which has had a lot of work in extending the body to make it a funny car. You know, I think that'll be a nice project to finish off one day. And I think that's another Hornet there, another builder, one of the funny cars, you know. I'm trying to think what else is here. Oh yeah, we've got nice Javelin promo. Not too sure what year it is, to be quite fair. Not too sure on that one, to be honest with you. And yeah, you just have to shove them back in before. But yeah, so yeah, sorry, working down the Joanne funny car, like I say, with the other Hornet and another Joanne Challenger funny car, and I think that all these are pretty much AMC 70 Challengers. Aren't that interesting, like, but you know, the larger scale Studebaker Lark, I think Mike says it was 1/22 scale or something, and I did wonder before that why they look massive compared to everything else. But yeah, still a nice car, and that one's in the original plastic colour. And I think these are mixtures of AMT, Revel. I think these are AMT ones, or bottom one might be a Revel one. Valiants and 62 Valiant. Are those 62? I can't really remember. Yeah, 62 Valiant. I think that's Revel. Old Rambler station wagon kit. I think that one is. Yeah, station wagon promo. It's not warps, but you can see signs that it's desperately trying to go that way. And a couple of early or mid 60s Corvairs, and just a couple of run at mill kits down there. We just got some Impalas, 70 Impalas. I think this is where all the Impalas start, to be quite honest with you. And yeah, there's a lot of random stuff, and you can't really see because the grills are dropped off. But I think all them are 64s. That's an original 65 convertible. Frame's in pretty good condition on that one, and I think this is an original 62 and 63 convertible with frame all bust, but I've already restored one of them. I was actually looking at it earlier. It's one of the ones from the early years, and could probably do with a little bit of tidying up. But yeah, that's the original 64 convertible with the working headlamps on it. I've got like a complete kit minus the body at one of the originals, so it has all the working headlamps in that as well. So we could probably do a hardtop as well as a convertible for those. And yeah, that's another original 63 convertible. They're only ever reissued in hardtops, them ones, and that's a 62 original 62 convertible. underneath that Revel, the Lindbergh thing. That one was actually one I took to that show as well. Built his factory stock, and quite a nice built kit to be fair, but I can't remember how wheels came off. I just don't think I like the factory stock on that one, to be quite honest with you. I'm just gonna rebuild it and put some chrome reverse wheels on it and some white band tyres, and that would have been done. But I think that's a nice old original 62 Impala custom, and these were all just your built-ups of later AMC kits and and this one we got an original 64 El Camino with the boat painted in like diarrhea brown. It was a really nice clean build. That chrome's nice on it, but it's just the colour is just like a hearing aid beige or something on that one. So I think I've got a couple of, like, this is a 64 wagon but promo, but it's got a couple of breaks in the pillars, so I have to use a 65 roof or just cut the front clip off, put it onto a 65, and I think that's another 64 wagon body on that one. Just start stacking them up just so it's done and I'm not walking back to it, or not just walking along and end up standing on a 64 El Camino, which wouldn't really make me happy for the rest of the day, like. But yeah, we don't want to go down that route, and as you can see, I've got quite a few 65s, and the reason I buy the 65 El Caminos and the wagons is that you can use all them 64 parts on it with a little bit of alteration to the front fenders and what have you, and I think that's an original body to a 62 Ford pickup, like, not in great shape, like, but I mean they're just re-releasing that kit now, so I'll never do anything with that, to be quite fair. But yeah, just more Revel stuff, and a couple of Revel Chevelles and El Caminos, and yeah, it's kind of a mixture between interesting stuff and not really interesting stuff to me in this. And I was going to try and pull that out, but that's a resin Mark 1 Corsina. I think it's just got hung up a little bit on the little Toyota or whatever that is underneath it. But yeah, somebody built up as like a curbside kit, and yeah, paint's a bit rough and what have you, but it didn't. It looked nice, to be fair, and that's definitely getting a rebuild. And yeah, that was a quite nice thing. Not even too sure, is it a Datsun or something like that, or Toyota Crown, or yeah. If it is a real car, it would have been raced right round the track in the UK by now and smashed up, so good to have a model car of one of them, like, because I don't think a lot of them survived over here. But yeah, we just got a couple of the late 70s MPC El Caminos, and one of the 72 Chevelles or whatever they did, Novas or whatever. But yeah, I've got a couple of builders of the Tamiya Jaguars. In all fairness, they weren't badly done, but they were just falling apart, so I kept them aside just for kind of future projects and stuff like that. So it's I think that's a IMC Cougar and one of the original Hubley. I think that's the original Hubley Triumph CR3 or whatever they are, and original Hubley Metropolitan Nash with, yeah, it's just missing its roof. It's got a very slight bend in and break in the centre of the frame, but really easy repair is that, and yeah, not something you often see. So yeah, I kept hold of that one as well. I think they're 1/24 scale as well, them ones, but and really just sort of European car stuff, and I only really keep this stuff to maybe one day do like a mild customs out of them, but in a way that, you know, they look like they were prototypes. That's the only reason I really keep them. And yeah, we had a look at that nice old Renault before. You know, that'll get restored one day. Quite a rare old kit is that, like. So yeah, and then we've got one of the old Gremlin customs and a couple of the old MPC kits there, and I think that's the original. Like I said, there's no way I'm pulling that out, but that's the original 6.6 Duesenberg by Renwall. Yeah. Oh, sorry, no, Pacers. I don't know why I couldn't think of what they were called, but yeah, a couple of Pacers. And then we're kind of running towards like run-at-mill stuff down here. There's a lot of 50s stuff down here, and just mainly AMT stuff. That's quite a nice old 58 Pro. It would have just been the 58 SMP kit, but done a pretty nice. Well, I was saying it's sectioned, but they've just chopped off the bottom of the rocker panels and chopped the roof a little bit. But you know, there's a nice idea in there to finish it off, and you know, just the bodywork's a little bit ropey on it, like, but just try and shove that in there without it breaking anything. So yeah, you might think I'm manhandling it, but this is the best way I've found of storing them, and there's just not enough weight to damage roof frames or anything like that, as long as you're storing them carefully. And got a knife, and another one of the, I've got so many of them little things scattered about, and I think that's the Revel Mercury, and the other Revel chopped Mercury, and I've just kept them aside because, in all fairness, you know, when I get a mint kit in, they're too much of an easy seller to sell without. Yeah, they're good bill page, and I'm just having to listen to fucking next door moving or whatever having it's the letting agents are just making a hell of a fucking noise next door. Must think I'm nuts, really, on their perspective. Just listening, you can probably hear me, just yakking away, like. But yeah, we share a corridor, like an entrance, and yeah, I think last neighbours had done a bunk or something. So letting agents are in there putting new furniture in, which was probably robbed. But I don't know these things. Just speculate. Oh, kind of. But yeah, just like 56 Fords and what have you, and Mercuries, and just all your run-at-mill stuff, or 55 Chevys and 57 Chevys and 58 Chevys. You know, it's stuff we don't really need to look at in any detail. And yeah, I think yeah, we got an original Don Garlic Dragster kit with the clear body. This one I gave to my dad years ago, and the other day he gave me it back. I think it was like a promo for a cereal or something in the US, and I think they were like 1/26 scale or 1/28 scale. I can't really, or 1/27 scale. Really weird scale they were, but yeah, quite a nice old rendition of an old Pinto, and not much to them. Can't remember who manufactured them or anything, but yeah, not a bad old thing them, like. And yeah, like I say, you can hear them so effing noisy, it really annoy me, as you can probably tell. Like, but yeah, I think we just got a bunch of old trailers just set aside for if I ever want to do any projects. But yeah, this was my monogram shelf, and then I just sold pretty much all of it, to be quite fair. I think I've got some Chevys and some Ford Thunderbirds scattered, but yeah, that was quite a nice one, that the monogram 34 Ford. I think this was the last version, and the reason I kept this, I think it was the last version before they started playing around with mould too much. I mean, this mould's been around since the 60s, and I think Sean's shown an original one where it stemmed from one of his recent videos. And yeah, and then after this issue, I don't know if it was turned into the ZZ Top Kit after that issue, and then they did that stupid convertible with the horrible fabric roof on it. You know, I can't remember, was that Tom Taylor design or something? It was absolutely shocking, in my own opinion. I thought that Chops cabriolet top looks absolutely horrendous, like. But yeah, I got a 3D printed PA Cresta. I think I was going to do a channel build on that one, but I think it just needs a little bit too much to make a really nice stock kit out of it. I think they're really great affordable bodies if you just want to build a slammer or something like that. And you know, where else can you buy a PA Cresta 3D printed body from? So they're very popular. Like, it does some really interesting English kits there. And so I think as we're at an hour, we've still got kind of 2 shelves to look for. I mean, in all fairness, the rest of this stuff, you know, I don't know if it's worthwhile just trying to make now. I think it would, because I have got some built stuff in drawers and what have you, and I think by the time we get through here, then, you know, it's and it might be a less interesting video, I don't know. I'm just trying to see what we've got down here, but there might be some things in, but I don't know. I shall just make it an hour and a half video. I don't know. I'll have a think on that, but don't know. What I'll do is I think I'm gonna just end it here, to be quite honest with you. And you know what we'll do is we'll just pick up on the next couple of shelves, and then we'll go from there. But yes, like I say, I mean, we've only got a few more to get through, and there might be some bits and pieces in here which, even though it's not as great interest to me, it's you know, it's you know, there might be some of interest to other people. So yeah, with that, what I'll do is I'll just sign off, and we will. Thanks for watching if you've made it through this far. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll just pick it up in the next video, and we will see you in the next one. Okay, thanks for watching. See you, bye.